And now he's looked at like, oh, he just used all these people for his advantage.
Incredibly whack. And also, this is, they always say like...
But it don't, sorry to interrupt you. It don't matter because with everything, first of all, nothing gets changed here. All the Kendrick fans, the Drake haters, they get satisfied by what Kendrick's done. And then all the Drake fans, they either love what Drake did or they go, he lied, so it doesn't count. Okay. Nobody moves at all. Everybody just wants whatever they feel to be valid. I know you said that. Everybody just wants whatever they feel to be validated. It's no different than politics, no different than... We have the feeling already. Everybody on the West Coast right now, where it's been a minute since the West Coast really had like a real... I don't want to say that Kendrick wasn't a top guy, but it's been a while since the West Coast has like dominated
first time since the 90s
in some sort of way. Everybody's fucking so excited by this. They're like, yo, we're back on top. We fucking got this. We're the baddest motherfuckers. So their egos are satisfied. So obviously there's frustration, I'm sure, with Drake fans. Like, man, we really want to just clobber him and we didn't get this dub. But I don't think everybody just leaves Drake as a Drake fan. They built too long.
I don't think everybody, but you said it's like politics, and swing voters is what decides the winner.
Well said.
Right now.
But here's the thing that people don't realize about politics. Swing voters still only vote based on their identity. That identity hasn't really been swung. It's just been moved from side to side. So for example, the swing voter, like that middle America voter, that guy, if the Republican is saying we're opening the factory and the Democrat's saying we're closing the factory, they swing Republican. If the Democrat is saying we're opening the factory, the Republican is saying we're closing, they go Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is they're not real swing. Nobody's gonna change sides in this battle. You just go towards whatever your identity wants. And with those swing voters, as they call them, their identity does not change. They just go to whoever is going to fulfill their identity. Yeah, the same thing happens in these battles.
We're just saying that like now, if somebody was going for that top spot, I'm the best. So I think Kendrick has swayed people to give him that crown.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now. If both of them dropped an album this year, I think Kendrick could outsell.
Yeah. That's what's crazy.
He would outsell him first.
But I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over.
Consumption right now is like people want to see Kendrick, and it's gonna be interesting when he does. They want to see him have the run with him finally having the crown, right? And Drake fans are not leaving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Drake fans, like, he's still gonna be the guy, and that's why I think Drake should just be like, he should look at this and be like, wait, I fucked up in giving this guy his first solo #1, and so many people are now on his side.
I hate saying shit and it takes y'all an hour to say it. I really hate saying shit. Is that what's happening now? I say shit, you guys go, nah, and then an hour later you just say it and I'm supposed to go, oh, you got a good point?
No one actually discounted that. We're saying that wasn't the
what I'm saying is
reason.
Drake still gave him a #1. It's still a feature.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
It's a feature, bro.
No, of course. No.
You know what I mean? But if your #1 comes off the diss battle from the biggest guy, it's a feature.
No, I'm still acknowledging that. Yeah. What I was always saying is that this guy was always either 1A or 2. Like
he's phenomenal. Like, again, that's why there's two different conversations. One is like, is this guy like musically prolific? Of course, he's amazing at making music. He's amazing at rap. Like, Kendrick is, I don't even think Drake would even utter the words, he's bad at this. Like, I think the reason the fact that he's even beefing with him is because he goes, this guy's awesome at this.
I respect
and I want people to know that I'm more awesome. That's what he's
doing. No, of course.
But to me, that's that insecurity. It's like, if he just knows he's more awesome and he has the validation of the people coming out to the shows, the fan base, the ticket sales, literally every metric except the fans of the other guy, which he'll never sway anyway. The fans of the other guy are never going to be swayed. What I'm saying is it's a misstep based on his what I perceive as, and we all have this as performers. We're like, I just want to win everybody over. What if these people who don't like
I think you look at it like a comic, but that's not what. Like in hip hop, it's a really contact adversarial sport.
What I'm saying is you could do it without dedicating the whole song, which we agreed earlier, which is you just put out a banger that got a little few bars to Kendrick, and then you make him put out the whole song first. By you putting out the whole song first, I think it gives Kendrick...
I always thought that. I always thought him going first. But again, here's the thing too. Kendrick has had the patience of waiting 10 years. And Drake, like, you know, Drake told me something, like, because he just went on like an 84 city tour. He dropped 3 albums, went on 84. Like, the dude is exhausted. Right? Before he could go on vacation, this motherfucker dissing him. He wants to get this over with now. He just wants to do it now. He's like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna get this done. And Kendrick has the advantage of, I could just play the whack-a-mole thing and be like, all right, well, I'll be back later. You know? And I think Drake cooked up something, but hoping to hear what Kendrick was gonna come with. and it was clear Kendrick wasn't gonna drop again. And he's just like, yo, what do I really gotta do to make this guy rap? Like, he's kind of posting on the gram like, yo, what's up? Any day now. And he's like, fuck it. I guess I have to start it off. However, I think that played into Kendrick's strategy because he was counterpunching. If we're thinking about it, like, yo, I'm counterpunching. Okay.
It looks thirsty almost. It's like,
okay, you're trying to hit me with the hit song with push-ups? Okay, bet. Let me give you this layered song about how I'm about to just dissect everything you got going on. Then Drake is like, okay, all right, let me try to play your game a little bit and let me kind of cycle. And, oh, you're obsessed with these rumors because, you were touched as a child. I remember you said that on your song. And he's now doing that. And Kendrick's like, psych, I got a club hit too, motherfucker. So
strategically, Kendrick played it.
Oh, strategically.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
Yeah. And Drake is a top tier chess player.
Yeah.
Also, telling Drake
those little tidbits. Yo, I have the van that's the replica. I guess it's a replica of that van that was on your first album cover. I crushed it in my video. Oh, okay. The place you shouted out for my city, New Hope King. I'm in there just chilling, showing you that I'm the boss of this shit. You know what I mean? Like he's doing all these things that against, like I always said, thank God that Meek Mill was so fucking stupid because like that nigga was just playing like, he was playing like bingo. Like Drake was just running circles around him. But he's going at a guy who's just a master chess player that you can't even see his moves anywhere else. Yeah. Like someone actually said this. They said, hey, listen, Drake may have got a little bit of a big head, no Diddy, because of the win over Meek. And one of those things where it's just that Meek just madly and badly misplayed his hand.
Apparently he was like heavily on drugs at that time.
Yeah, but think about this, right? If Pusha T had Drake fall back with a confirmation of a child. Well, what's the biggest like expose you could have had of a rapper to that time? It would have been, you don't write your rhymes. Except you know how he fumbled it? The nigga tweeted it out 3 weeks before he made a song about it. It's like, if he had revealed that on a song out of the blue, motherfucker, you don't write your rhymes. And we're like, huh? What are you talking about? Then just play the reference tracks. We might look at that differently.
And the song sucked.
Yeah, the song sucked.
You're right.
All right, that's a prerequisite. Become a little bit better of a rapper.
Yeah.
Or just don't.
You gotta keep this real. Did Drake feed him that information about the daughter? Because he's claiming that he fed him the information. I don't think he did. I think he's just claiming what the internet is saying.
Be objective, Ag.
I do believe the daughter thing. I don't believe the other things. So
I didn't even know that was up for debate. I thought it was like fact that he fed the information.
No.
That's interesting.
I think the other thing.
Your picture in the back of some fuzzy girl in the video saying, "Oh, this happens to be the same."
No. I think he did feed that because I could tell they were trying to recently feed like, yo, the other street dudes that usually hold down OVO in Toronto, they're getting tired of him. He hasn't been feeding the wolves. And I saw him randomly just beefing. They're like, fuck OVO. He had to tie his chains now. What's up? Yo, you better put someone in the books. And I'm like, okay, you're trying to get them to feed into an angle. And I think I even said to Drake, I said, those your boys still, man. Like, I'm not buying that shit. The one thing I don't think that was staged was, I do believe that his father probably went on vacation with some girl and the suitcase got stolen. I do think, because that doesn't, why would you have prescriptions with your name and shit like that? Like, you know what I mean? If you're trying to stage, like, I think he did a good job on Family Matters to own it, to be like, hey, well, the Maybach glove was in there because of me and blah, blah. That didn't really make sense. I didn't even ask him about that, though. So, I don't know.
But then why did Kendrick remove the cover art?
Well,
I think it only got removed on Apple, I think.
Well, yeah, you can't upload to DSPs like an actual medical script. You know what I mean? It's it's like the guy's name and address is on it. You know what I mean?
Still don't believe Drake fed him that because he would have said it right away.
Yeah.
Right away, he'd have been like, hey, dummy, we fed you this information. Instead of being like, oh, I got a daughter? Nobody told me.
No, I believe he did because that is so random. If Kendrick if he said it so confidently, he must have had it from some really reliable source. That I feel that, you know what all these guys are doing, right? Like, they're finding out information.
Yeah,
like,
how do they find out information on one another? This is kind of fun.
Well, Pusha T said it. Pusha T said, everybody thinks that Kanye told me. No.
40.
40 was pillow talking to a girl. They're all smashing the same girls.
Yeah.
What'd I say?
They're all smashing the same girls.
There's 1,000 girls that
Hey.
just get dicked down by all famous people.
I found out that Metro Boomin hated Drake before it was like universally known. I found that out because a chick he smashed in LA, I smashed in LA. And you know, we're all talking and a girl always wants to impress you by flexing the other popping guy she's fucked with, and they always just tell every detail. So I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, yeah, he hates the fuck out of Drake. I'm like, oh shit. But then the same thing kind of came up again where people heard
You
that.
find out why?
I still don't know why. I just know that he doesn't.
How you
fuck
know
with
they're
them.
not using you? How do you know the girls aren't sent to smash you, pillow talk with you?
Have you
so
ever thought
you
that
start
academics
putting
is
out
working for
ears?
me?
No, because me and Metro don't get along. Me and Metro don't get along. So I'm like,
But what I'm saying is, you could be doing stuff that you don't even realize that you're doing.
oh no, that probably is like this is a really convoluted game, which I realize. I think Future and Drake they're beefing over women. I think that's a really simple thing to kind of.
Why are they beefing over women? I'm like, this is such a confusing notion that guys would beef over women that they're not even trying to wife.
I mean, it's not about the women; it's about the respect. I think.
There's power in ego though.
I think they're saying things to these women, and then the women are saying stuff, relaying it back to the guys. So it's like, oh, fuck with him. So it's not that we fuck same girl. It's like, no, I know you don't like me because this girl talk.
Is there a thing with-
like a random girl that's I don't know if she fucked Future, but she being around it when I was trying to figure out, I'm like, yo, why haven't Future and Drake been around each other? Like a girl who's like get invited to these little parties that they do, and you know they're around like fly on the wall type shit. While some of these conversations was like Future was super pissed off that Drake did an album with 21 Savage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Because they beef like crazy?
That's why I was a little confused because like he did an album with you, but according to the person who I got it from, they were like, hey, he felt that Drake used him at that time to have that cultural equity within the clubs in Atlanta.
And then Future used him to have the cultural equity within the masses, and then everybody mutually benefits. If anybody, Future benefited more.
But for them, they feel like, well, if you're gonna come back to Atlanta and do it with another rapper, it should be me. That's what I've heard, but there's probably like a bunch of nuances.
I'm like, so
it's like high school. I'm being honest. It's really like high school. Like all of this shit is
because
like high
most
school.
people who want to be famous are insecure, myself included. I'm not gonna act like, most of us try to work on it, but some don't. And then, especially I think if you're famous young, there's no need to work on yourself.
And
Just
there's some
invalidate
thought that, hey, some people are just like the dude's fucking flying around this bitch with a jumbo jet and got a $400 million contract, while these guys, if they get 15 million, which is, by the way, it's funny watching Drake and Rick Ross argue about money. And Drake says to him, yo.
Your house looks like a slice of cheese.
Yeah. And he says like, yo,
Good
keep
reference.
being Brett Barish's bitch. Like basically, that's the guy who owns the Spirits. Boom
Bel Air is part
Bel Air
of it.
and all that.
Yeah.
And if you look at Ross, like Ross will be dissing everybody in the world with the bottles in his hand. Like he's always promoting. So it
He's
was
funny, dude. Rick Ross is genuinely funny.
That was one of the times I thought Drake was going on script. I think he was losing what the people cared about. Like we like funny shit.
Yeah, and
like
you're not gonna be Rick on funny.
Yeah, Rick say white boy and BBL Drift is funny. I'm sorry, like
phenomenal.
And Drake had that misstep with the whole texting his mom thing. Like that was corny.
What was that?
Like he showed a screenshot of it and say, "Oh, mom, Rick is being racist or whatever." Like even though it probably wasn't a real text to his mom, but the fact that he tried to put it out that way, was real.
Calling a guy racist. Yeah.
Calling a guy racist that is going to use the fact that you're not in the culture and you're a white boy. You're kind of proving that.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Huge misstep.
As a white guy, I was like, that is kind of racist. I kind of related to that the most of anything. That was the best diss I've ever seen.
Hey, I think Drake should just,
what's the next move? What is the next move for Drake?
Hit song his way out of this.
Now, hit song meaning about Kendrick or just about something else?
Give him 3 lines here or there. Still a bitch.
But a nice for what? A God's plan.
Yeah, I'm still bigger than you. Hey, listen, you're the liar that I gave you. I gave you a couple of weeks, but that's it. Yeah.
Now here's the problem. You try to put out the hit song. You try to do it, and then it flops or doesn't work. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what Drake does best? Just do a collab.
Yeah.
Go to one of the guys, which is, by the way, this is one of the most interesting parts I've been looking at. Who still stands with
who's
with
choosing
Drake?
sides? Exactly.
Yeah,
Like I've seen people, I've seen a lot of artists who you could tell And that's what I was saying before when you cut me off. I was saying with every like billionaire, they have the story of you fucked over like 10 people, or you had to, right? I think Drake, what we're watching now, especially the silence, is a lot of people who not necessarily fucked over, but they might feel ever so slighted. Yo, remember when I just came in the game and you hopped on my song? And then I got a little cool and I said, yo, could you give me another verse and you left me on red, motherfucker?
But he already put you on. This is where it's like,
no, because
we're also speculating.
In music, it's more of these genuine relationships, not where you're only fucking with me when it's convenient. Those people become a little bit salty. Like, yeah, I'm salty at you that they feel essentially used, even though it's really mutual, right?
it's not even mutual. I mean, if you're an up and coming artist and then the biggest artist alive does a song with you, the only person that benefits from that is the up and coming artist.
Let me say this.
It's like
Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch had a song with Drake. It got leaked. It's called In the Cut. The real song never came out. Roddy Ricch, obviously, when he dropped the box, was one of the most popular artists on the earth. Afterwards, subsequently, his career kind of cooled out a bit.
Yeah.
He just had a song with Drake that it just didn't come out, though. I think he might feel away. I think he might, not like salty, but it's just like, okay, I'm not in the same space I was when we cut that record. That got leaked and didn't come out. Maybe you don't want to do another record. Now when I see Kendrick going at you, I'm a little bit more like pro Kendrick. Like he's now, West Coast Crody. You know what I mean? Like he's so I think Drake is watching, and we can't really see any artists standing with Drake. 21 Savage, right? Just brought him on tour and said third. Of course, 21 fucks with Drake, but he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's from Atlanta. You can't go against Future. Future is king in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I remember doing an interview with 21 and he told me, in Atlanta, Future is bigger than Drake. Like the people of Atlanta care more about Future than Drake, right? So he can't go against Future. And then his man is also Metro. So he's like noticeably absent and quiet. And Drake is kind of out here fighting by himself. The second thing we've also not seen during the Meek Mill thing, when all that was going on, Drake was popping up in Houston clubs, got bitches shaking their ass to back. It looked like he was the culture. Like he was what people were liking outside. And I'm watching now, look like Drake is stuck in the booth. And even though we haven't seen Kendrick, his music seems to be outside. Like everybody's dancing to the song. Like
I don't think he's stuck in the booth. I think it looks, at least appears, he's trying to keep the women on his side. Like he's popping up at Nicki shows. He's popping up at Sexy Red shows. Like
not during the beef.
Yeah, recently he was on tour with Nicki. Like not on tour, but he did like a few different dates with Nicki.
That's after he dropped push-ups. Like shit got to another.
Not since this next level.
Yeah. No, that's when he's winning. I'm winning. When you're winning,
I'm outside.
It's a good time when you win.
Yeah,
it's a real good time when you win.